There's 3 games left, and we're bottling it. Hello and welcome back to part 7 of this Watford FM22 beta playthrough. Season 1 finale. We've got the final 3 games of the season today. Before we jump in then, if you're excited to see the end of this first season, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. There's actually a change in the schedule. We were meant to play Chelsea, Aston Villa and Burnley, but the Man United fixture got changed, so we'll be playing Man United, Aston Villa and Burnley today. Since we last met, it was that 0-0 draw against Tottenham. We lost 2-0 at home to Liverpool, Thiago and Origi with the goals. We then followed the Liverpool game up with a 0-0 against Brentford. This one was frustrating, but on the day there was nothing to really split the two sides. It's probably a fair result. We then narrowly lost 2-1 to Chelsea. The 91st minute Timo Werner scored a winner. We actually played really well in this one, and I would have been really pleased with the result. So as you can see from the table, we're currently 7th with a game in hand over Everton. Goal difference is exactly the same, points are the same. It sounds good because we've got the game in hand. The problem is the game in hand is today, and it's against Manchester United at Old Trafford. We beat Man United the first time we played them this season at home, but away at Old Trafford, this is going to be infinitely more difficult. So Josh King has picked up another injury. He's now out for another 2 months. The end of this season has just been horrible for him. So we're looking at injuries. You can see he's just picked up injuries here and there, and then recently it's just been as soon as he's back, out. As soon as he's back, out. Major injury 4 weeks, torn hamstring now. I think we're probably not going to see Josh King again in a Watford shirt. So I played just a few days ago. I was worried about fitness, but it looks like we're okay. Francisco had a little bit of a knock, but he's going to be fine. Liverpool will be in goal. Torre and Richards either side of Francisco and Troost-Ekong. I'm actually going to get out Tufan and bring back in Kutka just because he seemed to be more effective in game. Sissoko and Cuisance will keep their spot. Pedro, Petkovic and Sarr, who have actually gone off the boil in the last few games. Hopefully we can see something here. We're going to need a miracle to get anything against Manchester United. It's a pretty interesting lineup from Manchester United. David De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Varane. Varane's partnered by Eric Bailly. Alex Telles is in instead of Shaw. Scott McTominay and Paul Pogba with Amad Diallo, Bruno Fernandes, Jesse Lingard and Marcus Rashford through the middle. Cristiano Ronaldo is not in the squad. Rashford gets us started then at Old Trafford. We are going to need a small miracle here. 4 minutes in, we've got to highlight ourselves. Kutka doesn't find João Pedro, but he does recover it. Cuisance, Kutka again. That's a ridiculous pass up to Sarr. First time to Petkovic, and David De Gea holds it. Oh, first big chance, and it falls our way. Watford on the ball again with Francisco. Kutka, Cuisance, back to Ekong. Kutka now dropping in. Sissoko, Kutka again. Patient from us, keeping the ball well, moving it nicely. Torre into Sarr. Just seem to be biding our time, waiting for the right moment to spring that ball forward. Ismaila Sarr now should be able to burst, but doesn't. Torre can 1-2 with him, and now Sarr's got space to run into. He runs infield with it. Oh, and he fires it wide. That was a really weird move. Corner now, Cuisance. We're going to get something. It could be from a corner kick. Mr. Sissoko now, once again, misses the target. Just over half an hour now. Pogba in the middle of the park. Lingard with a bit of space. Rashford. Oh, it's really nice. It's a great save, Livakovic. Got to deal with the set piece now, though. Troost-Ekong does clear well. Highlight continues as Lingard comes down the right-hand side. Gets the cross in as well. Ekong clears again. Obviously, a point today would be good enough, would put us back into 6th, which is where we want to be. So we get into half-time, then unsurprisingly, Man United having the better of the game, but nothing too clear-cut apart from that Bruno chance. We've had our chances ourselves. We're definitely not out of it. Chance Man United early in the second half, but McTominay heads over. João Pedro is not having a particularly good game at all. I think we are going to make that change. We'll get Emmanuel Dennis on. Elsewhere, Richards isn't having a good game. Francisco's not having a particularly good game, but we won't look too yet. We'll just make Dennis the first sub. Second half started a lot more Man United heavy in the highlights. Wan-Bissaka gets it across to Ekong, clears. Can't get on the seconds. That's really poor. Lingard. Oh, I think it's going to be a penalty. No, it's a free kick. I mean, it's probably a goal either way. Yeah, it's Bruno Fernandes. Sticks in the top corner. It's not the end of the world if we lose here, but we're then relying on results elsewhere. It's a great free kick. It's right in the top corner. 66th minute now. It's looking like another Manchester United attack. All the way back to Varane. We've actually pushed the lines higher this game to try and close that gap, but We just sat so deep. Van der Beek with a great ball forward to Rashford, who goes round the keeper and taps home. Oh, the last two games are going to be very tense. Well, that's that then. 2-0 Man United. After a really good first half, we didn't do anything in the second half, and Man United just grew and grew into the game. 3 days separated our game between Man United and now the Villa game, so there's going to be some tired legs today. Everton face Leeds. Leeds are down in 9th. On the final day of the season, Everton play Man City while we play relegation threat and Burnley. So it could work in our favour, but we have to get the win now. So as mentioned, there's just 3 days between the Man United game and this Villa game. So I've had to make a couple of changes. We're not changing things too much though. Vitti's going to come in for Francisco. Troost-Ekong's going to stay in despite his knock. Kutka and Sissoko have just swapped roles because I think Kutka's more involved normally. So then Dennis is going to come in for João Pedro. Petkovic and Starr keep their place. They seem to be fit enough. Quaysons is probably the biggest concern, but he'll do for now. Aston Villa looking pretty full strength. They wouldn't have had a game midweek. Emi Martinez in goal, Matty Cash and Matthew Targett as a fullbacks. Courtney House with Twanzebe at centre-back. Douglas Luiz, Morgan Sansone, John McGinn, Emi Buendia, Leon Bailey and Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins kicks us off at Vicarage Road then. Got to be 3 points today if we want to keep our Europa League dream alive. Aston Villa look like they have the first chance now with Matty Cash coming down the right. Moving it infield, Buendia. McGinn's got a lot of space. Livakovic saves well. And we just pass it across the back. Villa coming forward again, just 8 minutes in now. One too many highlights so far for my liking. Leon Bailey's been slipped in. Oh. Aston Villa take the lead. Some neat work. I was really hoping that Bay was offside for a second then, but he curves his run so well. Wow, that looked really good as well. But despite Villa's frantic start of the half, there was no more highlights after the 10th minute. They have dominated us in every aspect, basically. We've not been at it at all. Early chance in the second half. Aston Villa playing it out from the back. We just don't ever apply any pressure to the centre halves, despite having instructions set like we should. Buendia now is going to work it to Matty Cash again. I don't know how Vitti's lost that header, but it's into Livakovic's hand. Kick out. Petkovic should... It's bounced all the way through and he's managed to touch it. Oh, I was really hoping he could play in. Sarr. Toure now. Little flick to Sarr. Back to Toure. Manages to spin his man and get a cross in. Petkovic wins it, but it's over. First chance we've had. Richards now 70 minutes in, deep into Aston Villa's half. Him and Pedro play a little 1-2. He's dug out a cross. Found Petkovic just off the post. Oh, we've got to make one of these count. 5 minutes left. Time is ticking away for us to get something out of this game. As it's Aston Villa that are going to come forward. One ball over the top and Traore's in. He fired it wide. We have to go attacking for the last 5. Time runs out for us on the day. Poor, really poor. We need a miracle now. Everton with the late kick-off on the Saturday. They've beaten Leeds 2-1, which puts them 3 points ahead of us. They face Man City on the final day, which I'd like to think is a loss, but we're going to be relying on goal difference to get us into the Europa League. João Pedro is going to miss the final game of the season. A stubbed toe is going to keep him out for 7 days. Are you taking the... So we've just been randomly linked with this wonder kid. And looking at him, I am definitely thinking we'll be looking at him more in the summer. Okay, here we are then, final day of the season. We play 19th place Burnley, already relegated, so they have nothing to play for, so no doubt they'll come out firing. As mentioned, Everton play Man City at home, and I've just seen as well that Aston Villa could leapfrog us if we don't win our game. They face Crystal Palace, who are bottom of the league, so we could finish as low as 8th and not get any European football. So as you saw during the week, João Pedro picked up an injury, a stubbed toe. He isn't fit for this one, so we're going to be playing Emmanuel Dennis in there. We're going to stick with Petkovic despite his poor form recently. Emmanuel Dennis hasn't played too well either. Ismail Assar will make up that front three. Quaysons and Sissoko back in the middle. Kutka in the half-back role. I'm actually going to stick Richards on attack because he seems the better of the two going forward. Toure will sit in with Francisco and Troost-Ekong. Livakovic in goal. Say your prayers, we need a miracle. You can see from the table then here on the right-hand side, we need a 4-goal swing in order to sneak into that 6th place spot. So it's going to be a big performance needed. As Petkovic kicks us off then, away at Burnley. Big performance needed. 12 minutes in, Sissoko, Quaysons. I believe Manchester City have taken an early 2-goal lead at Everton, which is huge for us. But we need to score goals. We need to win this game. And so far, all the highlights have been Burnley. Carrillo all the way back to Phillips. I'm assuming it's the Liverpool one. Ben Mee launches it forward. We have to win that. We don't. Chris Wood takes an early shot. It's off the post. And Toure casually plays it back to Livakovic, who clears. Burnley come forward again. We are in the slump of our season. Doesn't win the header. Ekong clears. Doesn't. Richards just can't win a header. Head as far as Brownhill. Goodmanson is a good block from Richards. Sissoko takes it. Can he get us up the pitch? We're having to go back. You can see on the screen then, Villa are 1-1 with Crystal Palace after 17 minutes. Man City are 2-0 up. First chance we've seen us in their half. Richards coming on the left-hand side. Digs one out to Sarr, who doesn't jump. Taylor misses it. Sarr collects back to Toure, into Sissoko, into Sarr. Now he's going to shoot and it's over. Oh, it's the closest we've come and it stinks. Starts with Pope then. We've got to be under it. I don't think we've won a header yet. Akon does beat Wood in the air, but only as far as Goodmanson, who gets it into Wood again. Cork. Burnley have moved it really well at the start of this game. Not good for us. Francisco deals with it well. Sissoko heads it down to Quaison. Now can we work it forward? Kutko pings one out to Richards in that attacking role. Flies forward. Finds Petkovic unmarked and it's over the bar. Oh, pain. Kraft brings the ball forward on the right-hand side for Burnley. Then it's Burnley again coming forward 35 minutes in. Need to win the ball somewhere and break. Wood, back to Goodmanson. They're penned in. They know where to go, but they're moving it well. Benby have all the time in the world. Akon wins it. Petkovic now. This is where we have to break. Why is Sarr not sprinting down the right-hand side? Petkovic switches it to Richards. He has found a bit of space so far in the start. He's been our most dangerous player. Digs one out. Petkovic should win it and does, and Pope holds it. Oh, it's the first big chance we've had. Pope clears it long. Carrillo knocks it down to McNeil. McNeil's been quiet so far. He's probably the biggest threat Burnley have. He digs one out. Chris Wood, never going to miss. 1-0 Burnley. It's the first we've seen of McNeil, 36 minutes in. He's just never opposed. Can't block the cross, and Chris Wood's just bread and butter for Chris Wood. Corner. Cuisance. Haven't seen a score one in about 4 games. Probably not going to score one against Burnley. Cuisance out to Sissoko. Don't shoot. Francisco finds Kutko. Back to Francisco. They work it well. Cuisance in a bit of space now. He finds pass. Dennis is there. Come on. Come on. Equaliser, Emmanuel Dennis. Let's go. 1-1 just before the break. We still need 2 goals as it stands. Corner, Burnley, just before half-time. This would be a sucker punch. Akon clears. Sarr. This is all us. All us. Just run. Just run. Go. He's got past him. Oh, he's just going to shoot, and Pope makes a meal of it, and we get a corner ourselves. I think Manchester City are 3-0 up at Everton, which means at the minute we just need to win. Cuisance now, it's dealt with. It's going to fall back to Cuisance. All the time in the world to deliver, though. Finds Kutko on the edge. Oh, dear Lord. Been a really good half from us. Dominated. Burnley's only shot on target is what gives them their lead. Things aren't too bad. We haven't had that killer edge up front. Burnley kick us off in the second half then. I like what we're doing so far. We just haven't had that cutting edge up front. But we just need a goal as it stands. Just need a goal. City get an early 4th in their game as well. Throw in deep into Burnley half. 52 minutes played. Toure works it to Kutko. All the way back to Sissoko. Can't believe he shot. Richards now, that's going to be a free kick. Oh, it's in a horrible spot. I don't know if it's too far out for him to shoot or if he's going to cross it. Cuisance steps up. Easy hold for Pope. I feel like he had to cross it there. That was the decision. Burnley bring it forward now. Left-hand side. Carrillo, Brownhill, me. It looked a bit more interested in pressing there. Sarr is having a really poor game. As Pope kicks long, Francisco wins it, but only as far as McNeil. Brownhill into Cork. Chris Wood, we just allow him to do Chris Wood things. Gets the ball back. Oh, I just can see a sucker punch coming here. Brownhill, Wood. Goodmanson. Oh, Livakovic just about saves it. Nearly an hour played, and I'm going to risk João Pedro in his stub toe. Emmanuel Dennis will move to the right. João Pedro is going to stay on the left. Petkovic is tiring, and we don't have another striker, so he's going to have to play. It's the final game of the season. We need something here. I'm going to put João Pedro on attack as well and try and get the most out of these front 3. 74 minutes now. We are still searching for this winning goal. Cuisance now. Boys at the back post are unmarked. He shoots. What a save from Pope. Everton have pulled one back. It's now 4-1 in their game. Which means I think if we scored, it'd go to goals scored. And I do not know if we've scored more than Everton this year. Oh, it's a free kick. I didn't know what just happened. I thought they were going to end in an own goal. As we enter the final 10 minutes here. Cuisance, deep free kick. Goes all the way back to Tufan. We need a goal now. Cuisance, bit of space. Oh, don't shoot because you'll just hit it over. Fires it to Pedro. It's deflected! Come on! And now we see if we've scored more than Everton this season. I'm going to drop it to positive. It's the weirdest goal I've seen so far in this year's game. Cuisance does well, drives into the box. I was scared he was going to just blaze it over. Finds Pedro, it's shot and loops over flapping Nick Pope. We haven't scored more than them. We are level on goal difference and points with Everton, and we haven't gone above them. Into the final 4 minutes, we need either City to score another goal or us to score a third. And there's a chance, 90th minute, João Pedro, with your stub toe putting us in the lead so far. Petkovic now finds Kuka, finds João Pedro. Oh, Nick Pope saves. Cuisance to deliver. Just to give us a set piece on the final day. Ball in. Akon! Oh, it's over. 2 big chances right at the death. Oh, and Everton have pulled another one back. It's not going to be. Petkovic now finds Dennis. It's a great pass. Dennis smashes it straight at Pope, who tips it over the bar. Oh, City have scored 5-2. It's a shame about that second one. We still need the goal ourselves. Cuisance ball in. Akon doesn't win it. Tufan does. João Pedro, Francisco. Feel like this highlights petering out. He finds Pedro, who's in space, brings it down. He scored! Come on! João Pedro makes it 3-1, but I think the Everton game's too long gone. I think the second goal Everton scored is going to give them 6th place. Time's ticked away then here. I think we should have full time any second. I would like full time any second because I don't know what's going on with this league table. Ref, why have you not just called for it? Ref, just call for it. And that's it. We win 3-1 on the day, but I don't know if it's enough. We played so well. João Pedro off the bench with his stub toe. That was really special. What happened in the City game? Come on! A Phil Foden 92nd minute goal has given us Europa League football. Oh, I do not believe it. Cuisance 3 assists. 4.1 million is all he's going to cost us, and we will 100% be doing that. Oh, that was so stressful. £29 million for finishing 6th. 1.8 million paid out. We'll end the episode once we know the budgets. We'll quickly take a look through the end of season review. New arrivals. Cuisance B+, we'll be signing him. B- for Livakovic. C for Petkovic. B+ for Richards. B for Torre. Josh King with a B- despite how many injuries he had. Kutka C+, despite the fact he had 4 red cards. I'm very annoyed with signing him permanently, honestly. 35 years old. I don't know if I'll be able to sell him in the summer, maybe. Tufan A, he'll be coming in permanently next year. I think we'll probably be a squad player if we can. But yeah, for me, Cuisance, player of the season, 14 assists. A+, then unsurprisingly, we're predicted to go down. It's been a ridiculous year. I'm honestly stunned at how well we've done. 63 points, 19 wins, 6 draws, 13 losses. Getting in there on goal difference on the last day. Ismail Assar's top goal scorer of 13. Moments to remember there. Goal of the season came from Kutka. That was, yeah, I remember it well. It was a silly goal. 3-2 win over Crystal Palace was the match to remember. And a 3-0 win was the biggest win against Leeds. Financially, unsurprisingly, it's all green. Having just come up from the Championship, getting in the Premier League is silly money. Sissoko was the player with the most shirt sales, which is incredible. Sarr, Petkovic, Dennis and King, the other 4. I love that. The accolades then, there we are, Mr. Watford. So Cuisance gets fans player of the season, young player of the season, Richards signing of the season, Kutka goal of the season. As mentioned, Sarr top goal scorer, 14 assists for Cuisance. Record breaker, most assists in the season, most clean sheets for Livakovic. And worst discipline, that is not surprising. 8 yellow cards and 4 reds. That is ridiculous. So we've got next season's club vision. Reach group stage minimum. We go straight in that, so I don't really understand that. And fight bravely against relegation again, which is absolutely fine by me. Cuisance has been named England's Young Player of the Year for his 14 assists. He's had a ridiculous year. I can't believe we're going to sign. I'm hoping he's interested in joining permanently. So we've just been waiting for the budgets to end the episode there. 24 million to spend, but if we look through the squad currently, we'll be looking to move on players like Passetto, like Zinkernagel. Dominus Keener, I think, will probably sell. Andre Gray will definitely be sold. Penaranda will probably be sold. And Juan Hernandez, I'm not sure yet. So we'll definitely be looking to bring in some money. 24 million is still plenty to work with. So that wraps up season 1. If you have enjoyed, please drop a like rating. Subscribe if you're new, don't forget. So when we come back next time, we'll have a look at how the players fared that season a bit more in depth. And we'll have transfers to bring you outs and ins, and hopefully we'll have some good business. Thanks for watching.